Dear sisters, happy feast of Don Bosco. I am very happy to come here. Maybe I anticipated 1 week before only. so, but that day also very important. Actually, 1 week back we have the feast of Francis de Sales, and that's how this name comes, Salesian family. And when Don Bosco started his ministry, he took Our Lady, Help of Christians, and Francis de Sales as the patrons. And then he willed that his successors continue this name, like Salesians. So that's how. So I came to Kohima on the feast of Francis de Sales. And anyway, on the conversion of St. Paul, I was there sitting behind. So maybe just like he was going to Damascus, but God turned, no, not this place, you have to go other ways. So I came here, but anyway, God took me. So I'm not going to tell much about Don Bosco because you know very much, because you are in the Salesian family, and especially in the Novitiate, you will learn more and more. But I want to tell that I am also a Salesian. I am coming from a Salesian parish. I was born and raised in a Salesian parish. All my faith formation was done by Salesian fathers, Don Bosco fathers. I am from Andhra Pradesh. Just like St. Paul says, I am from the tribe of this, I studied here. So this is going to be, I will tell like that. So I am from Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada. We have a big Salesian parish, maybe almost like Christ the King Church. Community is also big in Andhra Pradesh. On the feast of Don Bosco, the children receive Holy Communion and confirmation. So maybe some years back, 27, maybe around 28 years back, I received Holy Communion on this day. So for us at home, 31st December is a big feast. So I was thinking like feast of Don Bosco is coming. I was just thinking in my heart, like whether will I get an opportunity to go to Christ the King or like a Don Bosco college and all. Last month exactly, 26 to 29th, I was in Don Bosco College here for the Jesus Youth program. So I am also a Jesus Youth priest. So Don Bosco, as you heard, like a friend of youth. So now I became friend of Don Bosco. So in that way, because I am Jesus Youth. So last month I was in Don Bosco in the Christ King. Whenever I enter into the Salesian premises, I feel at home. So I was very happy. So I was also thinking, will I get at least to meet some fathers to wish them, right? So happy feast and all. Then yesterday night after dinner, Father Vimado said, you say so much about Don Bosco, right? Then he said, okay, do you want to go to Novitiate? I said, wow, surely. I said, so actually it was not supposed to be, but maybe small desires, right? Like I think maybe I attribute to this small thing. I don't say miracle, but whatever we have small desire, right? God blesses. So I had a desire that I want to participate. I want to participate only. I want to participate in the celebration of Don Bosco. I never thought that I will be a celebrant. So I just thought maybe at least I'll go and sit sometime and pray with the community, touch the statue of Don Bosco on this feast, maybe take one photo. It's like that I thought, but maybe God thought, okay, if you are thinking so much, go and celebrate Mass. So share that joy. So we heard in the readings and the introduction also, you said like the dream of Don Bosco. In the first reading, we see a sheep, wild sheep fighting. So we heard also in the introduction how Don Bosco tamed, in a sense, these young people, and he changed that energy for a good purpose. And now, throughout the world, Salesians are one of the biggest congregation. I was also happy as you are singing Italian song in the response to your psalm. So last 8 years I was in Italy. I did my formation, philosophy, theology, and recently I completed licentiate in canon law in Rome. So Italian, it has become part of my life, and most of the time when I get chance, I used to go to the Don Bosco's room where he built a church in Rome, Sacred Heart Church, which is close to the railway station, Termini railway station, just behind. And on the first floor, in the last days of Don Bosco, when he was sick, he remained in the room and he celebrated Mass in the room. So I used to visit whenever I was in Rome. And by the grace of God, I also got opportunity to go to Turin, where the ministry started. I was there for 1 month, and also his birthplace, Piedmont. So it is always a joy to share about that. And even I was introduced to Jesus Youth in one of Salesian programs. Here, once in 3 years, the Salesian fathers organize one program called PALS. So I was introduced in 2004, even before I was aware of Jesus Youth. So during that program, they introduced Jesus Youth, and father said, like, you can choose anyone, not necessarily you should become a Salesian. You can choose anyone. So I chose Jesus Youth, and later I became Jesus Youth full-timer, eventually joined for priesthood, and now I am Jesus Youth priest. So I thank Salesian fathers and surely Salesian sisters. Yeah, so in our parish, the sisters first I encountered is Salesian sisters, and later we meet many others. So happy feast once again. To say, I thought I will share just like as a testimony. Don Bosco lived lot of love for the children and youth. The famous phrase, right? Like it is enough that you are young for me to love you. For him, it is like it is enough that you are young. And this youthfulness or this childlikeness is not of age group. It is the spirit. That's why Jesus says, who is greatest among the disciples? Then he brings a child. If you become like this child, you will be great. So as we grow in years, we become old, but we should carry that childlikeness, that attitude to enter into the kingdom of God. And Saint Don Bosco has clearly gave that message by living, and which continues through the successors. And the whole church looks at Don Bosco with great respect, who lived these gospel values to bring children, young people, to the center of the church, and giving that message that only by becoming child we will enter into the kingdom of God. As we celebrate this Holy Eucharist, let us ask intercession of our dear Saint Don Bosco to continue to be child, and with that trust we follow Christ to enter into the kingdom of God.